Welcome to Yarn Media, ladies and gentlemen. The title of today's story is Tears in Camo Flag, an emotional story about a Nigerian soldier. The morning sun rose gently over the quiet village of Ogoja. Birds sang softly as Corporal Daniel Ease adjusted his faded army uniform in front of a cracked mirror. His wife, Ada, stood behind him, holding their little boy, Somto, who clutched his father's camouflage sleeve. "Daddy, why you did go again?" the boy asked, eyes wide with worry. Daniel forced a smile. "To protect people like you, my son." "So you can sleep without fear." Ada tried to stay strong, but her lips trembled. "You promised this would be your last mission." He nodded slowly. "It will be." "I'll come back, Ada." "I swear on this flag." He folded a small Nigerian flag into his pocket, his lucky charm, and walked away as Ada's tears soaked the earth behind him. Night fell at the military camp near Maiduguri. Around the flickering fire, Daniel and his comrades, Sergeant Musa, Private Tayo, and Lance Corporal Sunday, sat polishing their rifles. "Men," Sergeant Musa said gruffly, "tomorrow we move. Intelligence says the insurgents are close." The firelight flickered against their uniforms, shadows dancing on their tired faces. Daniel held the flag from his pocket. "No matter what happens, we fight for peace, for home." The men nodded. The air was heavy with courage and quiet fear, the kind that only soldiers understood. The next dawn brought smoke and chaos. Bullets sliced through the air like angry bees. Daniel's platoon was ambushed on a dusty road near Gwoza. Explosions shook the ground. One by one, his brothers in arms fell. "Cover fire!" Daniel shouted, dragging Tayo behind a burnt-out truck. Tayo's voice was weak. "Tell my mother I tried." Daniel pressed his hand to the boy's chest, his own uniform soaked in dust and blood. "You did more than try." In that moment, Daniel's flag fell from his pocket, landing in the dirt, stained with sweat and tears. Surrounded and outnumbered, Daniel refused to surrender. He crawled toward the fallen flag, bullets whizzing past. He grabbed it, pressed it to his heart, and whispered, "For Nigeria, for Ada, for Somto." A final blast erupted. The world went silent. The smoke cleared hours later, revealing Daniel lying still, the Nigerian flag covering his chest like a shroud of honor. Back in Ogoja, Ada was washing clothes when she saw a military truck pull up outside. Two officers stepped out, holding a folded flag. "No," she whispered, already knowing. They saluted. "Madam Ada Ease, your husband died a hero." Ada's knees gave way. The world around her blurred. She pressed the flag to her chest, the same one Daniel carried, and whispered, "You kept your promise. You came home." Weeks later, a solemn ceremony was held at the barracks. Rows of soldiers stood in full uniform, eyes straight, hearts broken. Ada and Somto stood in front, holding Daniel's photo. Somto tugged her hand. "Mommy, why are people crying?" She knelt, tears falling on the polished boots of the soldiers passing by. "They're crying, my son, because even heroes bleed." The national anthem played softly. The green and white camo flag fluttered above them, catching the wind, carrying with it the memory of a man who loved his country more than his own life. This story is dedicated to all Nigerian soldiers who served and never returned home. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to Yarn Media for gist. See you another day.